Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'll be solving the LeetCode problem of the day called water bottles 2. So it is similar to yesterday's problem water bottles 1, but there is a slight modification here. It Here for every step we need to increment the num exchange variable by 1, but in the previous video, yesterday's problem of the day, we no need to increment the num exchange. So I think I don't need to explain it in whiteboard. Why? Because this table is enough to understand the problem. Please try to observe this table once in order to understand the problem. So let me implement the Java solution here. I will declare answer variable and I will initialize it to num bottles. So answer variable is it is the ultimate number of water bottles which we can drink at last. So at first we are able to drink the num bottles. Num bottles means the bottles which has water. So at first I am drinking all these num bottles. I mean I am adding it to answer. Now what I need to do is I need to make it to num bottles as zero as we drank all these bottles. And then I will also take an empty bottles. I mean a variable called empty bottles and I will initialize it with answer, which indicates the bottles which we drank is added to empty bottles. So I'm going to take a loop here. Um, I'm going to run an infinite loop and at last I will tell you the condition where we are supposed to break and return the answer. So inside the loop what we are supposed to do is we need to exchange the empty bottles with full bottles. So for that empty bottles minus equal to num exchange. So remember we are able to exchange the empty bottles with num exchange bottles at a time, and so we are supposed to add num bottles by 1. So what does it indicate? For every exchange of empty bottles with num exchange we will get an extra water bottle, and what we are supposed to do here is mm, and we need to increment num exchange by 1. Why? Because here they have mentioned we need to increment num exchange by 1 for every exchange. And we also have a condition here which indicates if there is any full bottle with water, then we are supposed to drink that water and we need to add it to ultimate variable answer and we need to also add it to empty bottles. So for that, if num bottles greater than 0, then what we need to do? We need to add it to answer. I mean, we need to drink that bottle, those bottles, and then we need to make num bottles to 0, and we need to we need also add it to empty bottles plus equal to sorry, we need to at first only we need to add before making it to 0, num bottles plus equal to empty bottles plus equal to num bottles. At last we need to return the answer answer variable which is number of bottles which we drank successfully. So if you see here, this is an infinite loop. We need to have a condition to break. So think once when we are supposed to break, when there is no full bottles to drink, and there is also, I mean, there are no empty bottles which we can exchange for a new bottle. So the condition goes as like this: if num bottles double equal to 0 and um, empty bottles less than num exchange, then break. So if there is num bottles, in the sense there is no full bottles to drink, and there are no empty bottles which we can exchange. If our empty bottles is less than num exchange, then we can't exchange it for a full bottle. So let me run this and check. Sorry, in Java we need to take true T as a lowercase, not uppercase. In Python we need to take it to uppercase. We need to use uppercase. Hmm. If number does so, the spelling for the empty bottles which we declared is this, but I kept the wrong here, wrong there. It is passing all the sample test cases. Let me submit and check. Yes, it is passing all the test cases. So if you have any optimal solution, please post in the comment section. And if you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching.